How was I supposed to know day 276 was going to be as wild as it turned out to be? My life as a Computech was calm and simple, but that was before I met Aram Fingal. My name is Apollonia James, and I worked in Nirvana Village monitoring Dopplers. I remember thinking that Fingal didn't seem the Doppling kind. He had the most unusual eyes. As it turned out, everything went wrong with Fingal's Doppel. He lost his body, and I almost lost my mind.
As of this business day, NovaCorp is raising its processing fees by 4%. Let LexaCorp deal with that. We will win. NovaCorp is communication, and communication is civilization.
Notify all inter-travel corps. Irkutsk nuclear power shutdown. Near meltdown.
Fingal's problem started the day before we met. He was working in the data flow center of NovaCorp as a processor third class. He had a terrible job, monitoring routine data output on global climate control. But he thought he'd found a way to outwit the system and do something different with his time. And he'd been doing it for a few weeks before they caught him.
Aram Fingal, you are creating an efficiency problem. Access is terminated. Report to psychist now. Report to psychist now.
You know how long it took me to find the cinema bus master?
Report to psychist now.
Felicia, can I borrow your machine for a couple of minutes, please? Thank you.
Fingal's ability to figure out computers was amazing. It still is. Somehow he'd managed to break into a closed file called Cinemas.
NovaCorp will move ahead for the year, for the decade, for history. It is NovaCorp that speaks for the future.
Only the all-powerful chairman of NovaCorp was allowed access, but Fingal had found a way. His supervisor thought he just had a bad work attitude, so she sent him to a psychist. You know how loony they are.
What have you done, Mr.
Fingal.
Fingal?
Nothing.
Processor third class.
You did something.
Ask about his mother.
Do you love your mother?
My mother, yes, She died a long time ago.
Efficiency
You
problem.
used your computer for unauthorized viewing of cinemas?
I was just trying to find some way to stay awake.
Fingal is out of supervisor's control. Diagnosis of Fingal is now complete. 48-hour compulsory rehab Nirvana Village.
Prophylactic rehab, Fingal.
What?
Weekend doppel at Nirvana Village. And you'll come back to work relaxed with everything solved.
Doctor, nothing's wrong with me.
I'm sure you'll have a successful rehab. You can trust my diagnosis, Mr.
Fingal.
Fingal.
Felicia, just got the news. Not good.
Fingal, I have data to process.
You don't understand. They're sending me off for a compulsory rehab.
NovaCorp's always generous. It'll do you good.
I don't need a rehab.
Oh, I'm sure you do, or they wouldn't be sending you.
I need other things, Felicia.
You need your rehab, Fingal. I mean, your work attitude isn't exactly what it might be. Everyone's noticed it.
How can I concentrate on my data processing when you're sitting across the aisle from me?
You could get your desk changed.
Listen, Felicia, I've asked you out 67 times. You always say no. Now I'm going down to Nirvana Village and being doppled. Anything could happen to me.
Fingal's worries about doppling were a little out of date. In the 5 years I'd worked at Nirvana Village, nothing had ever gone wrong. But of course, almost everyone doppled voluntarily. Fingal was my first compulsory doppel.
Bunch of sleepwalkers. Never saw a cinema in their lives. Nothing anti-corp about it.
Day 275. Termination in 5 minutes.
Okay, so it's my first double. Maybe it'll be good for me.
Day 276. Wake up. 0617 hours. Nirvana Village transport departure. 0700.
The LexaCorp chairman and I have seen his shoddy business tactics at work. And what I have to say is that LexaCorp must be stopped.
Fine-looking guy, the chairman.
NovaCorp
Little
agrees.
fat
LexaCorp is with me. My friend.
So, we'll be down in Nirvana Village any time now, huh?
Know that there is
Yes.
only one.
You ever been doubled before?
First time.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. Try it as a horse. Stallion. Always good the first time out.
That'd be real megabucks.
700.
I got 47 credits. What kind of a double do you think that buys?
An anteater? Maybe.
So that's why Fingal was ordered to report to Nirvana reception. And that's when I saw him for the first time. I guess it wasn't just his eyes. He had a special attitude. He didn't quite fit in. I know most people thought he was a pain in the neck, but I never felt that. Even when things were at their worst.
Have a good doppel. Next. Ident. Compulsory rehab.
I was thinking about a stallion.
Your credits, you take what you can get.
What's that?
A mangy old baboon.
A baboon?
Name's Daisy. Good luck, buddy.
What's so funny? I don't have to do this, you know.
Suit yourself. You know the rules. No rehab card, no work. No work, no credits. No credits, nothing. Zip. Doppling room's through there.
My workload that day looked like the usual bunch of Dopplers. People going on short Doppling vacations looking for a new thrill. Having their personalities inserted into wild animals so they could experience the world through different eyes. I'd just gotten to Fingal's data file when Jamila came on shift.
Okay, kid, my turn. Unless you want to work my shift.
Just one sec.
Mandatory rehab. Unauthorized interface with locked cinema file.
So he'd been scrolling up cinemas. That was a word you only heard whispers about. That time, I didn't even know what one was. How do you suppose he managed to scroll up cinemas?
Forget it. That's why he's doing rehab in the starving, worn-out baboon, and we're in here getting fat on flavovibes.
Good morning, Doppler Fingal. The light shower you will receive will sanitize you so that we can protect the Nirvana Village wildlife. This is an identicube. The first step in doppling is to transfer your total identity to the cube. Once the transfer...
I learned about identicubes when I was 6, stupid.
...remains in your brain. The identicube is then implanted into
Wait a
the
minute.
host animal so that you can experience and remember every minute of your priceless doppling adventure.
47 credits, every unit I have.
Good morning, Mr. Fingal. You are about to begin doppling. My name is Apollonia James. I am the Computech who will be monitoring your doppel.
Okay, fine with me.
We have to keep to our schedule, Mr. Fingal. Now, please sit down. You'll find a fresh glass of cold Reconst next to your chair. We want you to understand about your DP.
You know, it's ridiculous them sending me here for a rehab. All I did was spend some time looking at cinemas. Did you ever see one?
No, I'm afraid not.
Oh, you don't know what you're missing. They're really something.
If you've finished your Reconst, we'd better get on with my explanation. Since you are a first-time Doppler, we'll be installing a DP, that's a Doppel plug, in your brain.
What?
A DP is a permanent installation, so making your identicube in the future will just be a matter of a few moments. It causes no pain and is easily covered by any normal hair growth.
Wait a minute. I changed my mind. Some other time.
Sit down, Mr. Fingal. Nothing to worry about. Trust me. Just relax. Take a deep breath. You might be interested to know that Doppling comes from the German Doppelganger, meaning double or twin. Have a good safari, Mr. Fingal.
Sorry about that, fella.
Welcome, fifth-level students of School 592.
Have you
Your
seen
tour
Marco?
has now reached the Doppling transit
Marco?
zone. You are requested to respect the privacy of all Dopplers.
Marco.
What's this?
A routing tag. Each color has a different destination. Green for the slumber room, yellow for organ transplant, and so on.
And blue, like this?
Well, that's rather unusual. We can talk about it later.
Is it sexy?
We'll talk about it later. Now come along. The class is waiting in the Doppling room. Remember not to touch anything.
No!
Oh, Desiree, you could have got mustard all over his brain.
Brains don't have feelings. You told us that.
I also told you to wipe your hands clean after eating.
I wasn't eating. I was snacking.
It's the same thing.
Isn't eating is when you sit down.
All right. Wipe your hands after eating and snacking.
No! I'd like to see you doppled into a toad. Dummy, only a retard would want to be a medico. Nice talk.
All right, class. What is the medico doing?
Making an identity.
That's right. Making a copy of his whole identity. And what is it called?
Computech James, you may access the Fingal personal data file. His mother was Emmeline Osmondo Fingal, deceased. Aram Fingal was educated at Bosnia-Wash Central, graduated 997th in his class.
Okay, when I unplug the identicube, You'll have a blank till it's inserted into the host, okay? Bye-bye, Fingal.
Preparations for Fingal Double are complete. 48-hour double begun.
Hey! I'm doubled! At least I'm not an anteater. Not much to look at. It's gonna be pretty boring just sitting on this rock all day. Hey, wait a minute, hold it, hold it. I got here first. This is my rock. That's sex discrimination.
How's Daisy doing?
Holding her own. She just might make it all the way through this double.
This is costing me every credit I have. Hey, that looks more exciting. Looks like fun. I wonder if I could do that. Can't get the hang of it. It's harder than I thought.
Bingo. 7 hours of doppling time elapsed, program proceeding normally.
Delicious. Ouch. What happened to him? He looks drunk to me.
Lexicorp 1E5. There's the possibility of some minor damage to some of the Dopplers. Nothing serious, but it's that time of year again. The Maruba fruit's ripe. Some of the Dopplers are getting drunk. Remember last year?
Very, very, very refreshing. Just like a nice cold martini. Awful.
Daisy still managing?
Sort of. She found the Maruba trees.
Daisy, don't move. I'll be sick. I feel better up here. Fresh air. Hey, wait a minute. What's that elephant do? Oh, hold it. Hold it. Wait a minute. Hey, I'm not a baboon. I'm a human being. Get me out. I want right now. Out. Override priority.
Emergency disengage. Set at Fingal, Site Kenya Park, Sector J21, Code Red.
Emergency disengage.
Toby here. Sleep room. Input your data.
We need a subject ahead of schedule. Name's Aram Fingal.
Can you spell that for me, please?
Fingal.
What's going on?
What a mess. Look.
Code Red, you know what that means? We'll be here all night filling in CompuStats.
You don't have to suffer through it. I was on duty. I'll handle it.
No way. We'll both suffer.
Slavin here. They've brought Daisy in. She's in the Doppling room, and the medico's ready.
Damn, why couldn't Slavin have been off duty?
We're waiting. Where's Fingal's body?
I called 2B and must be on its way.
Must be some snafu, Apollonia. We never had known any Aram Fingal.
It must be there. They brought him up yesterday. Economy compulsory rehab. Look again, 2B.
I'm notifying Slavin now.
Lexicor 1E5. I have to speak to Walenda Irving. Urgent. Yes. I have some interesting news for you, Mr. Irving.
Unauthorized intercorp communication intercept. Seal all doubling rooms. Implement emergency disengage protocols. Seal all doubling rooms. Seal all doubling rooms. Seal all
Kenya Park
doubling
sector
rooms.
map. Mark all primary search areas in red.
We checked and rechecked, and there's no Fingal anywhere on this floor.
I just don't understand it.
If you don't trust me, why don't you come up here and look through the Dopplers yourself?
Of course I trust you, 2B. just do me a favor and go through your input file one more time?
I never did this for anyone before, but... Okay, Apollonia.
Slavin here. If news media penetrate your sector, answer no questions.
Is it true you've lost the Doppler, Mr. Gondel?
No comment.
Transcorp Newswatch, what kind of animal was Fingal Doppler? Does Fingal have any history of psycho
What's your estimate on the credits this will cost,
Does
Mr.
Fingal's
Gondel?
relatives being informed?
We're going to go to the park.
What about Nevada?
Did you hear what I said? Did you? I said we have no comment at this time. Now, when we feel it's appropriate, we'll have a news conference. Excuse me, I have business to attend to.
What How many cancellations does Nevada Village suffer? Does Fingal have any history of psycho instability?
LexaCorp World News just issued a bulletin. NovaCorp stock is plummeting.
It dropped 20 points in the last 2 minutes. What are you going to do?
Identical. Found him?
We will.
Yes.
He has to be somewhere.
Somewhere isn't good enough. Are you aware of how much I've lost in the last 15 minutes?
Projection. Mrs. Flavia Drancy's losses.
Project Drancy losses critical. Drancy will be dropped from Fortune 400 Blue.
Corp's losses.
NovaCorp losses severe. Ford would suffer mandatory
268 mega credits.
Terminate projections.
A megacorp like ours can't fall apart because we lost one little Doppler.
He'll turn up eventually. We could do an inventory.
We only have 8 hours left.
Explain.
Fingal bought an Econocube.
They're made out of low-quality synfab. It only holds the subject's identity for 48 hours.
What happens at the end of 48 hours?
The subject's identity disappears. All of it. He might as well be dead.
So we have only 8 hours to find him.
Waste of credits. Terminate him now. Send the family an appropriate singing compulex and telex, a bouquet of orchids, and some native handicrafts.
No! Excuse me, but you can't do that. If you just terminate Fingal, what does that say about us? We're in the business of selling dreams. And if we don't make good on our sale to Fingal, who'll trust our Doppling system again?
Doppling is only one subsidiary.
And if they don't trust our Doppling, they won't trust our computers, our programs, or all of NovaCorp.
Bottom line on search termination.
If the Fingal search is terminated, board names will be put on welfare lists. NovaCorp will be bankrupt.
All right. Make a full search of the premises. Find the damn body and reconnect the man. Do what you have to do. Just don't bother me with the details. Any additional business?
How could you do that? It was my first chance to meet the chairman. And if that wasn't bad enough, you make me look like a fool by losing Fingal.
I didn't lose him.
You have to cause a public display and try to take over the whole meeting.
Slavin, I was just trying to explain our options.
Options? You think he doesn't know our options? He's the man who runs HX368. He can call up options you haven't thought of.
Didn't seem to know about the synfab identicubes.
I'm never going to be promoted. I'm going to spend the rest of my life supervising incompetents like you.
Slavin, we have to finish this.
I am finished. I have a body search to organize.
And another big problem.
Impossible. Everything else is under control.
It's been inactive for over an hour.
Good. Maybe it'll last longer.
If the cubes don't have feedback from an interfacing system, they deteriorate very quickly.
I can't stand this. Put it back in Daisy.
And have the cube somewhere in Kenya Park when we find Fingal's body?
You're the Computech in charge. You figure out what to do.
We could connect the cube with the central computer, make the interface electronic.
How?
I wish I knew. Here it is. They interfaced an identicube with the HX254 while they were cloning a subject. Watch this with me, Slavin.
We just lost Watson. Best technician in the department. All right, let's make this short. Patient's identicube was connected to the computer while cloning was attempted. Cube must remain active or electron loss results. We used the central computer to simulate life experience, but we had to set up a control interface from outside. We used Watson to complete the interface. There was no other way to keep contact.
She was going too fast for me. But if I was to get Fingal out of trouble, I had to understand everything. So I punched up additional information included in the file.
Identicube, computer interface. To achieve interface, the subject's personality is transferred from his identicube into the computer. A technician outside the computer must then maintain constant contact with the subject. Warning, sudden increases in energy flow can totally erase the technician's identity.
We plugged Watson in to monitor what happened. I wouldn't have done it if I'd realized the awful danger he was in. Watson was tired, but still maintaining contact. Then there was some kind of negative energy surge. It's as if the computer sucked everything in. And, oh God, Watson's identity was sucked in too. He was still breathing. Vital signs fine, but he wasn't there. A blank brain. Listen, don't do it. Don't risk anyone's life this way. Nothing's worth it.
I was responsible for Fingal. I'll make the connection. But I wish I hadn't seen that tape.
Are you sure you want to allow this interface?
Do you have any other ideas?
Well, how do you know what he'll do in there?
I can control my own computer.
Of course you can, under normal circumstances.
You are not responsible, Gondol. I suggest your interference is less than appropriate.
Fingal interface ready.
All right, we're ready to begin.
Proceed.
Interface initiated. Warning, 6 hours of cube life remain before automatic destruct.
We began to input Fingal's identity into the HX-368. If he was going to stay sane, we'd have to help him create a simulated reality out of his own memories and fantasies. And I had no idea what I'd find when I tried to track him. Okay.
Computech James, I have supplied you with a tracking display. Please use it to maintain your connection with Fingal.
I knew I was about to be killed by an elephant.
It was eerie, watching Fingal creating his own reality simulation around him. Especially since he didn't even know he was doing it.
Must be something in that reconst she gave me.
Ready for external tracking personnel interconnect.
Connect.
Miss James, please begin tracking Fingal.
He's in there.
Wait! Switch to analog. Locate as fast as you can.
I'd never felt anything like this. I was living 2 lives at the same time. Part of me was outside the computer, in my office, talking with Slavin and Jamila, but I was inside too, trying to maintain contact with Fingal so I could keep in constant touch with him.
Contact.
I better call for a medical.
We're sorry. This phone is no longer available for outgoing calls.
Wait a minute. I paid my bill. Get me the service manager.
Do not interrupt, please. You cannot make calls to the external world.
What?
Trust me, Fingal. No outgoing calls.
Who's this?
Go to work. I'll explain when I can. Just stick to your routine, no surprises. If you do anything unexpected, I may not be able to track you.
Listen, either I'm nuts or you are.
I'll be in touch.
Go to work? Then it's morning.
It was essential to always keep in exact sync with Fingal. It was the only way we'd be able to find him when we were ready to put him back in his own body. Although he accepted the simulation of NovaCorp, I sensed he was still confused. I had to get in there and explain things to him, but I'd have to simulate someone he'd really trust. Fingal!
What? Mom!
Hello, Sonny.
What are you doing here?
That's an entirely healthy question, son. The fact is, I'm being electronically simulated.
Mom, my nuts.
No, dear, but this is all in your mind. There's been a big goof up, and you're still in your identity.
Negative input. Fingal's too curious, girl's too eager to help. Might blurt out delicate information.
You've tucked your way in the HX 368 computer for safekeeping. It's the finest Hala system made.
Mom, you died a long time ago. I haven't seen you in 15 years.
Better late than never, Sonny.
Your instructions understood. I will simulate a presence to threaten them.
Go on, eat up. While your mother tells you something important.
Okay.
Jamila, something weird. Feels like somebody else is interfacing too.
I've got to be going, Sonny.
Wait, Mom!
Meet me after work. Here.
Sonny! Sonny! The whole world's at 6s and 7s, Sonny! Mom! Mom!
What happened?
A most unfortunate accident. Poor woman ran across the street. A truck came around the corner and hit her. May I trouble you for a light, sir? Everybody goes to the place. A fine bar, sir. May I recommend it to you?
What's going on here? Now I'm making up my own movies?
In love again.
never wanted to. What am I to do? Can't help me.
Felicia?
Lola likes you, Fingal.
Not now, sweetheart. He's got some talking to do, all right, but with me. Tell the piano player to play anything you want, Lola. Drinks on the house.
Lola will see you later, Fingal. Fingal, we have to talk about all this.
Apollonia, is it you? What are you doing here?
Will you please stop trying to figure things out? You're making it harder on me.
I'm making it harder. My mother, who died years ago, tells me I'm not real. I'm inside the NovaCorp central computer.
That's right.
Then she gets run
We
over
set up
by
the
a truck.
interface till we find your body.
You lost my body. What's this?
It's a simulation. You've created a kind of reality inside the computer.
When do I get out?
We'll find you, don't worry. But we can't just leave your cube lying around while we look for the rest of you. All you have to do is relax, and please don't mess things up.
I'm not the one who messed things up in the first place, am I?
All right, Fingal. All right, Fingal.
We're doing the best we can. I have to go.
Wait a minute.
Can't keep this up.
You must listen to me. Behave as if your life is normal.
Normal? Is it normal when the woman you're talking to turns into a head with a veil hanging down over nothing? I think you better be going now, Fingal. Come back to my place any time.
Stay away from the fat man, Mr. Finger.
So that's who was after Fingal. I figured I'd better lie low for a bit. The fat man was, in fact, the NovaCorp chairman.
I can't believe I'm making the whole thing up.
Most assuredly, sir. The whole ball of wax.
There was only one way to keep a lid on things. Fingal had to go back to his old work routines. It was boring, but it was the only way to keep him out of trouble. The chairman's getting involved was bad news. He could call off the search for Fingal's body.
5 hours of cube life remain before automatic destruct.
I'd only been monitoring Fingal for an hour, but it felt like years. I should have known. As soon as Fingal was back at work data processing his old boredom research.
I can't stand this anymore. I'm so bored. Maybe I had to put up with it out there, but not in here.
Listen! We're nothing more than a bite in a giant computer!
Fingal, if you don't watch out, you're going to get yourself into real trouble. If you're so bored, there are a lot of little things you can change.
Okay, Miss Computech Apollonia James. I will!
I am working, Mr. Fingal.
Listen, Felicia, why don't we just walk out of here, go back to my place and make love?
Is that your idea of a joke? You want to get us fired?
Not a satisfactory reply, Felicia. Now, shall we go back to my place and make love?
Oh, I thought you'd never ask. Big boy.
I wouldn't wish that no-good drone on anyone. Now he started playing around with himself.
Oh, not now, Felicia, please.
Why not?
Well, it's all we did last night and the night before. I'm tired. Frankly, I'm bored.
Bored?
Yeah?
You're too much, Fingal. You know that?
Wait a minute. You're the one who told me to change things if I didn't like them.
And this is what you mean by changing things?
Why not? I'm entitled to a little bit of happiness, aren't I?
Happiness? Listen to me, Fingal. Your navel's very deep. I can't even see to the bottom of it. And if you fall in, I can't guarantee to pull you out.
What is it with you? First you tell me to go out and change things instead of sitting around. Now you want me to sit around? Why don't you go try figure out what you want and then come back?
What I want is to get you back inside your body and be rid of you.
Fine! I want to get back to my life too, you know.
Oh, if this one-handed exercise is all you can think of to do with your life, you're a very little man, and I'm very disappointed in you. You had me fooled. I was beginning to think that you were someone special.
It's a good thing we don't have to like each other, isn't it? Because you're definitely not my kind of woman.
I can't go on with this. I'm trying to do the right thing, Fingal. But I'm not sure what that is. You're going to have to tell me what to do.
Okay. I will. Here's looking at you, kid.
What happened? I don't know. The sine waves went crazy, some kind of energy surge.
You, kid. Here's looking at you, kid. Here's looking at you, kid.
Interrupt.
Here's looking at you, kid.
Invalid
Here's
format
looking at
override.
you, kid.
Damn Fingal invading my programs.
James, damn it, you are supposed to control Fingal?
I can monitor him, Slavin, but I can't control that guy's imagination. It is something else.
Perhaps Fingal needs a new computech,
We can't interrupt the interface.
The chairman is not going to let this happen again.
Slavin, Fingal has another 4 hours, and no one is going to cut him off before then.
I'm not getting caught in this crunch.
She'll never let you terminate Fingal.
It's not her choice. If she tries to fight us, she'll find that out.
There was some short circuit. Yeah. I hate these things. Thought you weren't gonna make waves. It just happened. I didn't do anything on purpose. It's just, I've had it. If I'm in charge of what happens to me in here, I'm not gonna go on being a zombie like all those other zombies at work. So what are you gonna do? I don't know. But I've got to get the hell out of here. Novicorp isn't helping. So I guess I'm gonna have to punch my own buttons for a change. Who's that guy? He plays dirty, Fingal, and he plays for good. So do I, Rick. And it's my play now.
I couldn't believe it. Fingal was going to try to reprogram the HX368 while he was still inside it.
Would you leave me alone? I don't want any fruit.
He couldn't get his Casablanca fantasy out of his head. And Casablanca gets really hot during the summer.
Invalid format. Quit or retry. What is your access code?
Fingal was taking on the mainframe computer that more or less ran the world. Now I was terrified. If he did manage to write his own programs, anything could happen. And he was stubborn.
Invalid format. Quit or retry.
I'm gonna keep on till I crack you open.
Fingal, you have to do something about the heat. We can't work.
What do you expect? This is Casablanca, 103, and probably getting hotter.
Can't you find some other reality? Why don't you see your psychist?
I'm not giving up my fantasies, lady. Not for you or anyone else. And you don't exist, so just disappear, will you? You can sit there all day. I'm not seeing any psychist. From now on, I'm doing what I want to do. Get it? Apollonia.
Listen, I don't understand how you did it, but what happens in here could have an effect out there. You can't just play games, Fingal.
Apollonia. I haven't seen you for weeks.
Get back to work, Fingal.
What is your access code? Invalid format. Quit or retry. Quit or retry.
Okay. We both take a break.
Mr. Fingal, can't you do something about the heat?
Good afternoon, Mr. Fingal. I trust you're enjoying Casablanca.
Very amusing city, fat man.
I have a communication for you.
Thanks, but I have an appointment.
Hey, Fingal, where are you going? The boss would like to talk to you. Shut up and listen.
Good of you to spare me the time, Mr. Fingal. I will be brief. The powers that be want you to know that they've discovered what happened to your body.
They found me?
I discovered that one of the children who observed your doppling played a little joke on you. He switched the tag from your body to another body.
Where am I?
Well, unfortunately, the little rascal couldn't remember what color tag he put on your body. Even after rather intensive questioning. But there is still hope.
How much hope?
That depends on you, Fingal. If you persist in trying to interfere with the HX368 programs, I guarantee your body will not be found in time.
Don't threaten me, fat man.
Ah! I don't make threats, Mr. Fingal. Only promises.
Use a towel, Fingal. Use a towel, use a towel, use a towel, use a towel, use a towel.
Quick, stupid, you'll get hit.
They're shooting darts at us.
Poison with curare fatal within 2 seconds.
Oh, my God.
Let's go. Always be there, Fingal. Getting the system's tough on me.
I'll be okay. You look after yourself.
My job's looking after you, and you sure aren't making it easy.
If you think I'm the one who's trying to kill me, you're crazy, Apollonia.
Will you just shut up and listen?
This is no time for a serious conversation.
I don't know what all this this is about, Fingal? But you've got to stop trying to reprogram the computer.
Yeah, I guess that's what they think, too.
We put you into the HX368 to keep you safe. You owe us.
I'm just trying to save my ass, and right now I'm having a damn hard time of it. Listen, I know you're trying to do your job, but please, why don't you get out of here?
You can't stay here.
Apollonia? Oh, I'm sorry.
Fingal Identicube in final phase.
Pan it, will you? I hate that song.
I ran into the fat man today.
Better think twice about what you're getting into, kid. You might not walk away from him next time.
It was close. She was right there with me, Apollonia. You should have seen it. She didn't care what happened to her.
Okay. Let's try alphanumerics. Start with a two-letter prefix.
I got access.
Were there any storms programmed for today?
No, sir.
I knew it. Fingal's accessed again.
What?
Attention, all personnel leave now.
Gotcha, fat man.
Started with HX. Yeah, then what? The variance? Got it. Repeated 368. IY 479.
Yeah! I got it! I'm not making this up! I gotta find Rick.
London weather reports hurricanes and blizzards. Thames River flooding Parliament. Florida reports 5 inches
Fingal's
of snow.
accessed my weather
Paris
interface.
and Rome report hailstones.
Abort new program soonest.
Invalid format. Quit or retry. Iceland and Greenland in midst of heat wave.
He couldn't have done all this.
Is this how you control that lunatic?
It's summer and there is a blizzard out there.
Rain and typhoons in the south, floods, cyclones.
Everything is out of control. There's only one solution to all of this. He has to be erased before he does any more damage.
No. Even if he did create all these...
He did.
Not deliberately. We're the ones who put him in there. We lost his body. We're as much to blame as he is.
Did we tell him to go exploring in there? Did we tell him to tamper with programs that had been carefully planned to serve NovaCorp clients? Did we encourage him to go wild in there? Did we, Miss James?
No.
Fingal's too dangerous.
James, am I mistaken? Are you not an employee of NovaCorp?
Of course I am.
And you have certain loyalties to us? All right. Stop romanticizing. Find him. Chastise him. If there is one more catastrophe, we will not deliberate. We will terminate him.
Well, Mr. Fingal, you've created quite an event, sir.
Just the beginning, Pierre, now that he can input his own programs. Hey, Rick, I just stumbled into it.
You're too modest, Mr. Fingal.
He's just getting started, Pierre. He could be a contender. Come on, I didn't do anything. You did a hell of a lot, and you're gonna do a damn sight more. Yeah, I guess I made some waves.
It's a pleasure, my dear sir, to see the waves you make.
Polonia? Is it really you?
Thou shalt not screw around with things thou dost not understand. Thou shalt not meddle in NovaCorp hardware, or NovaCorp shall hold thee responsible. Thou shalt not break out of HX368. Thou shalt not program.
Where's my body?
Hold thy horses, wait it out, and thou shalt soon see the light at the end of the tunnel.
I promise. No more meddling around. And you didn't need all that pizzazz. You're enough. Oh, goddess of Transitoria.
Promise me. Promise me. Promise.
That's some dang, Fingal. I don't blame you for making that promise. Sorry, Rick. It's probably better. I could make a lot of trouble messing around with things I don't understand. Nothing to be sorry about. I guess it could have been fun. Yeah, you could have done things. Yeah. Well, okay. Let's have some champagne. Sorry, buddy. Things to do.
Oh, it's okay, Rick. Pierre and I'll split your share.
I'm sorry, sir, but I have an appointment all the way across the city in the old quarter. You'll have to excuse me.
What happened?
He'll stay in line now.
Great. They're going to owe you, Apollonia. I bet you get a promotion out of this if you don't blow everything by fighting with the chairman.
I don't care about a promotion.
That loony Fingal's starting to get to you, isn't he?
He's not crazy. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't have gone in there like that.
Warning, 60 minutes to cube destruct.
Tubi here.
Time's running out, Tubi.
We're close. We've only got 2 areas left to search. He's got to be in one of them.
Keep me posted, will you, Tooby? Thanks.
Fasten your seatbelt, Fingal. You're in for a bumpy ride.
Heard you were leaving. Probably just as well. I can't stay here, Rick. Going to work every day, behaving like a good boy, like I promised Apollonia. There's no way out. And I don't have much time left. So you're gonna go out crying? Thought you were gonna try for something really big.
Mr. Fingal, I see I'm in time.
For what, fat man?
I've taken the liberty of arranging for some papers for you, passport, exit visa, that sort of thing. Your most recent reports were very positive, Mr. Fingal.
Isn't that just great?
It'd be very wise to think of traveling and enjoying yourself.
Is that what you're gonna do, Fingal? Enjoy yourself? Lay off, will you, Rick? I don't have to be a big man. It was crazy of me to try reprogramming the HX368.
Luckily, you stopped in time.
Come on, Fingal! The plane is leaving!
You're gonna spend the rest of your life playing it straight. It's my only chance.
If you'd made any more trouble for them, Mr. Fingal, they would have been forced to erase your existence here. That would have been most unfortunate.
Yeah, well, maybe I would have found my own way to get out.
Oh, forgive me, that is highly doubtful.
You think you can't do it?
I think he's a fool to risk everything for his silly games.
I guess that's what he was doing. The hell I was.
Plane, Mr. Fingal, you don't want to miss it.
There's nothing more boring than playing it safe, Fingal.
Let me accompany you to the plane, Mr. Fingal.
Shut up, fat man! Better safe than dead, Rick. That's a matter of opinion.
Mr. Fingal, they're ready for takeoff.
Here, fat man, you take the trip. My compliment.
You're a very foolish man, Mr. Fingal. From now on, whatever happens is your responsibility. Is that clear?
Sure, be glad to hear you'll be staying on for a while.
Oh, Fingal.
Warning. You have 28 minutes to cube destruct. Identicube may begin loss of personality traces. Please concentrate. You must not let the contact with Fingal be broken.
Pity about that, Mr. Chairman. You might not have another chance.
Neither will Fingal. I've added a new security lock to the access program. Now he can go on trying forever.
Thanks, Pierre.
Any progress, sir?
No, the bastard changed the access code on me. I have to start all over from square one.
I'm confident you'll find a way, Mr. Fingal.
Sorry, Fingal, but we're gonna have to open up in a few minutes.
Sure, I'm not getting anywhere anyway.
Miss James, you have lost contact with Fingal. Please try to regain it. You are letting your emotions disrupt your concentration.
Wait a minute. Why didn't I think of that before? It's so simple. Reverse the access code. He probably thought I'd never try something so simple.
Welcome, Aram Fingal. I offer you access to my programs.
I'm requesting program access.
What program do you wish to call up, Aram Fingal?
Fingal's accessed again.
I've got him.
She's found him.
Fingal, I've got to talk to you.
Fingal! You and I must have another little talk.
We're closed, fat man.
How odd, good sir, that the fat man always emerges just after she has made contact again.
Wait a minute. Apollonia wouldn't give me away to him. No one's saying she would, kid, but it sure looks like she's part of it.
Fingal? Take it easy. You're exhausted. It's not what happened. He shut me out. Maintaining contact takes the both of us.
Find him again, Miss James, at once. We must not lose contact.
He's been using me to track Fingal. Hasn't he? No wonder he disconnected.
Okay, let's try escalate access. Phase 2.
You have reached phase 2. You now can program all intercorp and personal financial transactions.
It sure is better than watching fireworks. Genius. Pure genius.
Beginning redistribution of Novicorp shares. June Duffy, 25 shares Novicorp. Matthew Carson, 80 mega credits. Felicia DeNova, 500 credits. Lois Berman, 350 credits. William Gardner, 87 shares Novicorp.
Fingal! Where was he?
That kid has some sense of humor.
He was next in line for a sex change operation.
Much good that does us now. We've got the body, but we can't do anything with it because we don't have the mind.
What's happened?
Haven't you heard? The computer's going crazy. It's ordering bonuses of 50 credits for every employee. And stock bonuses. I think I'm gonna go for a drink.
That little philanthropy of Fingal's cost us 12 mega credits.
Warning, time factor critical. 5 minutes to cube destruct.
Listen, Jamila, if you don't mind, I've got to locate Fingal. Maybe if I was alone, I could concentrate better. Sure.
Miss James, it is not possible to transfer Fingal's personality out of the computer without his cooperation. He must be contacted, and his cooperation must be secured.
He's here!
Get him behind the bar. We were bluffing.
is he?
Club's closed, fat man. I'm on vacation.
I've come for Fingal, Rick. Search the place. He must be here somewhere. Stay where you are.
Miss James, why are you voluntarily breaking contact with Fingal?
You are losing him, Miss James.
I hope, sir, when you make the interface, it will be worthwhile.
Hey, Pierre, come on. Hey, Pierre, come on, Pierre, you're okay.
He's dead, Fingal. There's nothing to do.
He can't be dead. I made him up. He's out of my imagination. Come on, Pierre.
Whatever you want to call it, Pierre's gone.
If I sync with him again, what will you do?
None of your concern.
I'm slipping. I can't hold on to it.
Come on, Fingal, you can't quit now.
I don't know enough. I should have never started.
Well, you did start. Pierre's gone. You gonna finish or not?
All right. All right. All right. All right.
What now?
Fingal?
Fingal, you are mine.
Thank you, Miss James. Your contact with Fingal is no longer required. You will no longer be able to communicate with him. Cube destruct. 3 minutes.
Fingal, you are mine. Mr. Fingal, you are being terminated. Stay out of it, Rick.
One sec, Rick. That's all I need.
Stay out of it, Rick.
I'm in space!
Fingal?
Fingal, it's up to you. It's okay, buddy. I can handle it.
Now, Mr. Fingal, it is your turn.
Cube destruct. 90 seconds. 30 seconds.
Come on, Fingal.
Cue destruct. 15 seconds. Cue destruct. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Destruct.
Fingal? Damn it, Fingal, we're hurting.
Miss James, you are in danger. Do not attempt to contact Fingal. He has created a massive energy surge. You could be destroyed.
Can't lose you now. We haven't even had a dance together. If you don't get out, you'll be nothing but a flow of electrons. Electrons don't dance, Fingal. They don't make love. I don't know where you were. But I'm starting the transfer.
Miss James, this procedure is not recommended. I recommend you accept the cancellation of Raul Fingal.
We're going to save him. I don't care what the risks are. I order you to begin that transfer.
As you say, Miss James.
Nice to meet you, Miss James.
You really are too much. You know that, Fingal?
Gotta get going. There's still a lot to do.
What are you doing?
I just erased Aaron Fingal. He never existed. Try me.
Aram Fingal, no file.
Put your thumb right there.
Wait a minute.
You'll need a new ident as much as I will.
You could have asked.
All right, all right. What's my name?
Ingrid Laszlo.
And what's yours?
Just call me Rick.
And what's happening now?
I'm taking care of the chairman. He's going on for a month's compulsory rehab.
You're putting him in Daisy.
Daisy's too good for the bastard. He's going on as an anteater.
I guess you have to go now.
Yeah. You can't
What are you
stay
gonna
here. Listen, I'm not just gonna disappear. I'm gonna fight, not let the system run me anymore, and I don't want you to get hurt.
I can take care of myself.
I was thinking about getting a place. A little club on the other side of town. We can call it Rick's Place. Get a piano player. Wait, this'll only take a second.